doing? Just putting a few things out there for us. Welcome to Recovery Chat. Tonight we're going to be discussing sanity to sane. Going to find that in step 2. If you're popping in, feel free to share this out. You never know who might be listening. You might find somebody that really needs to hear something tonight. Oh, I wore my dark colors, hoping to look thinner, but no, that ain't happening. So you got me. Hope everybody had a great week. We did. Snow's melting. Yay! So excited. Getting warmer. It was so nice. Working at the school, getting out to outdoor recess finally, and just enjoying the sun. That is so awesome. I need the sun in my life. I hate not have, oops, didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. So, I'm trying to stop me from swizzling. I don't know where's that button. So, I'll try not to roll around. But I hope you guys can come out, join us. Sounds like Pappy might be popping in tonight.
On the sidelines.
Just wanted to come on, like we do every Friday night, hopefully give you some hope, give you some help, and give you some support. We are here every Friday night from 9 p.m. to 10:30. This is a support group for those family members that has somebody dealing with substance use disorder, addiction, those that are in recovery, those that are in whatever form of treatment they're doing. If you're in rehab, of course, you're not watching this. And also, it is for those that are struggling, that need our support, that may have relapse, that jumps on and is looking for support from us, from those that are here in the comments. I do ask that we are respectful, that we do not judge anybody's path of recovery. We are mindful to those that might be struggling. Thank you, son. That's much better. And
Find my phone. Hold on, dude.
just for those that need us, we're here. And I see Stephanie is with us. She was with us live with Irvin not too long ago. We were going to discuss relationships after recovery, but we didn't get to that. So they'll be coming back on one day soon, I hope. And on the 5th, coming up, we will have Dana Cohen, who is a therapist, who actually ran the parent family group that I belong to, that started me on this path to help others, that just gave me the confidence to know that I could get through my loved ones' suffering and keep myself sane while he was working through the steps and working through his recovery, and found that, hey, parents are struggling just as much as our loved ones, and they could use the support and the help and the resources that are out there. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I would go out into the streets with Angels in Motion and hand out food bags just to help those, to help form a relationship with those that are homeless and out on the streets that are struggling. and just sit and talk to them and let them know that their parents do love them, that they just want to see them happy, they want to see them healthy, they want to see them living their best life. I think for a lot of people, they had been given the chance, the choice to stay home, living a sober, substance free lifestyle. And they chose to continue their use and continue their way of life. And sometimes they get that confused with, their families losing hope and not loving them anymore. So it was very important for me to be that person because my loved one got help from somebody else at one time that struggled with substance use. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to reach out and I wanted to help those that felt that they were alone and not wanted with this disease. So with that, my loved one got the help that they needed and the support they needed, the holiday meal that they needed. So that's what I try to do. I try to give back. I've learned a great deal in the 5 years that my loved one's in recovery. 6 years, October, we've been going through this. And I'm grateful that we had a short stint in it. My loved one did not live with us, so I didn't see the substance use disorder starting. I didn't see it, the battle that they were having. I just saw that. I just saw that, he needed help, and I was grateful to give that to him. So, that's why I do what I do. I found out that the parents needed just as much help. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I used to follow a show called After Dark. After Dark was an amazing show. The show aired every single night for 4 years, I think. 4 years, I think it went on every single night from 11 to 1 in the morning. And we became a great group. We a group of all different faces of substance use. It was parents. It was parents that lost children. It was spouses, partners, people that were still using, people that relapse, people that were in long-term recovery, people in short-term recovery. It was just a great group. And so much help came from it. And unfortunately, things happened and life goes on. And they found that they had, to move on. And this is nowhere near that show. I tried to do it justice, but, he had long-term recovery and he understood a great deal more. I understand the parent side, but I have learned a great deal on the one suffering side as well. I'll never say that I know what they're feeling. I'll never say that I know what they're going through because I didn't have to go through that. I am fortunate enough to have the normal brain, as normal as my brain can be, and go have a drink and not be affected by it. So others aren't as fortunate that way. So I try to learn as much as I can. I try to give as much support as I can. And this is why I'm here. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, or need support of any kind, you can call in. We have a call-in number of 267-737-8031. Please feel free to go ahead and call in and ask your questions or concerns. If you do not want to be recognized, just send us a text. We can do that as well, and nobody will see your name come up. And if you can, please share this out. We never know who can be in need of help. So, yeah, so tonight we're going to be discussing insanity to sane, because that's what happens when you lose that control. If you're popping in, please give a shout out in the comments so that we know that you're here. We can say hi. And like I said, share it out so other people can get the help and support that they may be needing at this time. With COVID, oh my gosh, and I'll say it again, it just seems to be the never-ending saga of COVID, and the continuous, isolation from this disease. Hey, Liz, how you doing? Hey, Deborah. It's, and just when you think there's light at the end of the tunnel, then it's like, oh no, another week, another, month for isolation. So just hang in there, guys, and just keep reaching out and keep finding the help and the support that you need, and keep joining the Zoom meetings, the Blue Jean meetings, whatever kind of meetings there are. Check out the live feeds for the many different feeds that are out there from those that have suffered and gone through this and have been doing well in their recovery. So with that, anybody have any questions or concerns, give me a holler. Type it in the comments. We're here. We're watching the comments go up, and we're here to help you through by just sharing our experiences, our strengths, and our hopes, and let you know what we did that didn't work for us. Because there were many challenges in figuring out where to get help and how to stay strong through all of this. So, I started this with my phone. I'm grateful that my son is talented with recording and everything, because,
I think the word is an audio engineer.
yeah, but he's got a talent that just amazes me, and here we are. It's no longer the phone. I do watch it for comments. I don't see all the comments. We don't know why yet, but Pappy's here to pick up that pace as well.
I see as many as you do. I don't know what you're talking about.
For some reason, I don't see as many comments as you do. So I'm going to start off by reading. Actually, I was going to read today's story out of the Sesh book, but I decided to go ahead and do this first because it kind of ties into today's reading as well. After overwhelming evidence, I can admit my powerlessness. I am unable to manage my own life. I am going to need a lot of help. I am feeling confused and weak when it comes to taking care of my needs. So where, how, and when do I get help? With tremendous effort, I can go to a meeting. I am opening the door to committing myself to making my life saner. At a meeting, I am reminded of Step 2's suggestion to believe in a power greater than myself, whether I have a strong religious background or none at all is irrelevant. Some of what I need is to believe in and practice determination, honesty with myself, and open mindedness. Other tools will follow in due time. The suggested guidelines are only that this power be loving, caring, and greater than I am. Best of all, I can use this power long before I understand it. As long as this concept is helping me, the understanding part will catch up. That's just a reading from a parent that's gone through this process and has shared her experience. And the thought for today, this process is coming to believe will help restore me to sanity. The strength to move into action comes from this belief. I am beginning to understand this higher power concept. You do build in darkness if you have faith. When the light returns, you have made yourself a fortress which is impregnable to certain kinds of trouble. You may even find yourself needed and sought by others as a beacon in their dark. And I'm going to go ahead and read today's.
Hey, John. John Crombar is watching.
Oh, hello, John. So today, February 26th reading is prior to recovery, I found myself in a dangerous and insane situations more than once. I put myself or other family members in immediate danger by going into a known drug area to retrieve the addict's car. At the time, I thought this was the sensible thing to do because the addict needed the car for work. Was this the act of a sane person? Step 2 talks about sanity. I felt I was the sane one in my house and that the addict was the insane one. I was the person that was holding everything together by ensuring the addict had a car so he would not lose his job. How else would the bills be paid? I now realize I have an addictive part in the insanity. I participated and even helped my loved one continue to use and to be a happy addict. When I started practicing step 2, I felt a great burden had been removed from my shoulders. I discovered that I could rely on my higher power and accept the outcome of any situation without question. What a great relief. The thought for today. I no longer have to rescue the addict. I can let the addict assume responsibility for each consequence of his using. Today, more than ever, we need to pray for the light to know the will of God, for the love to accept the will of God, for the way to do the will of God. Mother Teresa. So that's just some of our readings. And in reality, what many of us have really gone through and have done for our loved ones. The craziness of it. We think that we're helping them. And in reality, most of the time, we are stopping their chance for recovery, chance for getting in there earlier and finding their higher power and their program to help them through. So just as much as our loved ones are powerless over the drug just takes over. It takes their life away. It takes their jobs, their families, their cars. So just as we need to find that powerlessness and accept that in our step 2, our loved ones also have to do it in their AA, NA, CA, whatever A they're following.
Hey.
So, yeah, A. So, if you guys have any questions or concerns or suggestions for anybody that may be watching, you want to share something that related to, please feel free to share with us. Hey Lori, how you doing? We got a few people in. Hey Crombar, how you?
And
Glad-
chances are, if your addict is like at ease with your approach, what you're doing, you're probably enabling them. Mm-hmm. And if they're not real happy, you're probably doing it right. It sounds harsh, but that's usually the rule of thumb.
Right.
I mean, now if you're setting boundaries and setting down rules, they're not going to be thrilled. But it's something that has to be done, and it's all part of the equation. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to set some boundaries, that you can live with, they can live with, and like I said, they're not going to be happy with it at first, most likely, but because you're infringing upon their freedom to do their drug of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And
I,
something we got to do.
Yeah.
And that's something else. I'll change the subject today. I hear Pennsylvania is just legalized recreational marijuana.
woohoo.
No, not Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, New Jersey. Today or yesterday, just legalized recreational marijuana, and Pennsylvania's trying to follow in suit. What's your thoughts on this, on recreational marijuana? I'm not a big fan of it. I've said that before. I think it's going to lead you down paths there. It's going to lead you back to square one. Some people are all about it, using it to, to get off of heroin and opiates to ease the withdrawal and so forth. I don't think it's a good path, but what's your thought? I'm just curious what people think. I mean, I know it's all natural. Everyone's all like, well, everyone's all natural when it's a poppy, and it's
Yeah.
but like I said, I mean, I have no problem with non-addicted people smoking. You do whatever you like. I just don't think it's a good avenue for people trying to get, clean and serene, to use it as a crutch. Because I've had so many people tell me it takes the edge off, but it's not the high you're looking for, and you're just going to go out and try to find the high you're looking for. But for a lot of people, it's very detrimental to the recovery. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I just play one.
Yes. And it's true. Everybody has to take their own path to their recovery. I myself am very passionate with the 12-step program. That's just my thing. I see so much more success in a 12-step program than I do other avenues. However, not everybody can follow the 12-step program. Everybody has their own path, as we do. And when you're sitting there and you're in a support meeting and you're listening to some of the things that people are saying is insane. Because some of the things that people are actually saying, you're thinking, but you would never let it come out of your mouth. And that's what's so amazing about a support group, because there's no judgment. You can, throw it right out of your mouth, but we all know that we've been there. We've thought that. We've heard that. We want to say it, but we just can't bring ourselves to it. So, you just need to be there. You need to listen to what's out there, and you need to, find that support wherever you can find it. And you need to find that support for your recovery as well if you are suffering from substance use disorder. Just like their recovery, some people may not like AA. Some people may like CA. Some people may feel better with NA. Some people, celebrate recovery. Everybody has their own path, and I'm not going to judge you for whatever path you take.
I tend to take the high road.
Yeah. But, you know, this is a new step for us, bringing marijuana into the recovery field. You know,
To me, it's like saying, "Oh, I don't drink the hard liquor no more. I just drink beer now."
I just drink beer.
That's the way I look at it. But, that's just me. What the hell am
Right.
I?
And, you know, hey, I know that it's helped some people. And if that's your thing, then that's your thing. And I just wish you well with it. And I hope you can live a good life with it and not turn back to where you were before. And, you know, start struggling again, start losing things again. So, you know, unfortunately, I think this is going to be the new normal in our country. Is it won't be long before every state has legalized marijuana, recreational or medicinal.
We're gonna have a whole new load of people on the road out there. Holy smokes!
Yes. And with that, the medical marijuana, you're not allowed to drive on that anyway, but I'm sure there's loopholes around that as well.
They
But
still don't know how to test you for it.
Right.
They still haven't got to that hurdle yet
Right.
to see how high you are.
Right.
Or like a breathalyzer for alcohol, but then I mean, it's gonna have to do a blood test, check your THC levels or something. I don't
right, right.
know. It's gonna be a mess
Yes. And
because my idea is, a lot of people smoke marijuana. We all know that. I'm sure we all know a bunch of people do it. It's no secret.
it's scary when you think
But how many people don't because it's illegal?
right.
That's I'm thinking. That's the type of thing you don't want to be caught with. Suppose you're a professional or something. You can't afford something like that. You're a lawyer or something. I think it costs you your license and stuff.
Yeah.
And some people just are very on the straight and narrow. But now you make it legal, you're gonna have more people experimenting, trying it that maybe never tried it before, or were afraid to go back to it. Maybe they used it in high school or.
Right.
So then we're gonna have a whole society.
Right.
I mean, to talk to the people out in Colorado, see how happy they are about the legalization out there. All everything smells like pot out there for understand. There's a dispensary on every corner. I mean, I'm sure the restaurants like it, but
Yeah.
the rest of the people aren't real thrilled about it from what I heard.
Right. And if they do have a dispensary, I am opening a restaurant right next door and across the street. So,
Jeez.
it's,
I'll stand outside, sell s'mores.
yeah. So, whatever your path is your path. I'm not going to judge you for it. I wish you well with it. And if you're feeling that it's not helping you, it's not working for you, then try the next step. Try the 12 step. I just say when you try the 12 step to make sure you're trying it with an open mind and an open heart and taking the suggestions from
Definitely,
those that are in long-term recovery because they're doing something right. And they're probably following somebody else that also listened to someone in long-term recovery and were doing the right things. So that's so important to understand. A lot of people do it because whether it's a court ordered, whether it's to shut mom and dad up, whether it's to shut the husband, wife, or partner up, that doesn't mean that you can't go in with the open mind and with the open heart and find some, recovery. Every time you go in, you are finding some type of seed that was planted. It may not start growing right away, but if you take the tools, the suggestions with you, I think you'll go a long way. And with that, some people need the added therapy afterwards. So, check every avenue. Don't just say, well, I did the 12 step and it sucked. It wasn't for me. Well, not every 12 step is the same 12 step either. Don't go into it with a religious mind as well. Go in it with a spiritual mind, a spiritual awakening, whatever they call it. Just keep that open mind, keep that open to suggestions, open to support. Oh, and there's my man Eric. He is here. Hey, hey.
Yeah, they woke me up. I was
So,
well, the 12 step is probably it's the most work. You got to put in the most work in the 12 step program. You know, and a lot of people just looking for the easy route, but with the most work, it's got the best success rate that I see. It really does. I mean, nobody said it's easy. I mean, it's a lot of work put in. But I'll tell you, everybody I know that went through the 12 step is very humble and very glad they went that route. It's changed their lives. It's changed the way they live their lives. And like I said, I always said it's easy,
no.
but
And the gratitude they have is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. The gratitude from a 12 step is so rewarding. And I say it all the time. If everybody in this world worked a 12 step, we'd have the best country there is out there, because there's so much to learn from it and there's so much growth from it, and you're constantly learning. It doesn't stop because you did the 12 steps. It's, you do the 12 steps, and when you start falling back, you take that toolbox, you open it up, and you start all over again. You're always learning. It's life. You're always learning in life. So, take it, grab onto it, and just keep an open mind with it. Anybody have any comments or concerns? Please feel free to throw them in the comments.
yeah, man, throw some questions at us here.
Yes.
A lot of think tank going on.
Right. And again, we have
Call-in
our call-in number, which is 267-737-8031. For those that are just joining us or popped in and didn't see the number, feel free to call in. We're here and we're listening. I guess I can't say that because isn't that
It's like Fraser Crane.
Fraser Crane. My son got me this for Christmas, my Fraser Crane mic.
I got this little one, man.
Yeah, because, I'm a professional now. And mind you, I am not a doctor. I just play one on this show. So, I'm just here with my experiences. That's it. I don't do anything more than share what I've.
I remember, and don't forget to put a plug in for the parent meeting tomorrow. Anybody that's local.
Yes, if you are in the Lower Bucks area, even Upper Bucks,
Or Philly, the outskirts
Philly,
of Philadelphia, northeast Philadelphia.
our parent group, our parent family group that has been around for, I want to say 8-9 years now. We'll actually be doing a
In person.
in-person meeting from 11 a.m. to 12:30, I believe it is, at the Oxford Valley Living Grin campus. It is one of their satellite buildings. It's just outside of Oxford Valley Mall on Oxford Valley, Bristol Road, I believe it is. It's Living Grin. It's Oxford Valley. I will look for it and put it in the comments. If John is still here, he could add it in the comments.
He's probably busy getting the food together for tomorrow.
Yes, I heard it's steak and lobster, I think.
I heard he was making a quiche.
A quiche.
I myself can't indulge in quiche, but
Real men
for
don't
obvious
eat
reasons.
quiche.
Sorry, when I'm on, everybody loses their trend of thought. I'm very distracting.
Oh, and I hope it's nothing serious, John. I hope Bob is bringing the donuts. Dang. I hope you're okay. ER's not always fun, so
He's on the fence. You're too old to be climbing fences. No wonder you're at the ER.
I hope it's nothing serious. We're gonna miss you if you can't make it. But hey,
Here's the address: 195 Bristol Oxford Valley Road.
yes.
11 to 12:30. Be there or be square. Well, John, I'll be right disappointed if you're not there.
And please bring your masks because we do want to keep everybody safe while we do meet in person.
I'll be wearing 2 masks, as our exalted leader recommends.
And I have to tell you, I've been going to parent group for 5+ years now, 5 years, 4 months, just to keep myself where I need to be in my loved ones' use and in recovery. I'm blessed to see coming up, God willing, 5 years, March 16th for him. And, going strong with it. I'm just grateful to have him. I'm grateful to have him here alive because we do need to prepare ourselves for the very worst. But we have to keep our hope for the best. There's more people in recovery, and it's a shame because we don't get to hear a lot of the recovery outside of the recovery world. I know when this all first started with me, I didn't have the hope because of how many I knew growing up that died due to their use. So I didn't see hope in it. But once you get into a good place and you get the support and you start to go and visit different events that are going on in your neighborhood, of course, not right now. Hopefully by the summer, we'll be getting back to some of the events. Some of the organizations do walks, runs, just different things to raise money for their organizations to help those that are struggling on the street, the family members, whatever help is needed out there to also provide support in the community. I really miss that because Eric, you are so right. An open mind and an open parachute both have the ability to save your life. That is so true. That is so true. And in a plane, there's an oxygen mask. And when you're struggling, make sure you put that oxygen mask on you first before you put it on your loved ones so that you can be strong enough to help your loved one.
Boy, very prolific.
So very important. We tend to forget that. We tend to, keep taking care of that one that is struggling, taking care and making sure that they have everything they need, they have everything that they want. However, it can keep them right where they are in their addictions. So
How come blind people don't skydive?
I don't know.
It scares the hell out of the dogs.
But bump. Okay, and here goes Eric, and here goes Pappy. There we go.
I just had to feed off his parachute thing there. I wanted
Yes.
a piece of the action.
Yes, and we do. We have
But,
to. That's what this is about. This isn't just about gloom, doom, and whatever. This is about
No doom, no gloom, and this ain't Zoom.
yes.
Our own
And
format.
Mr. Crombar,
And
the Recovery Walk announced it will be virtual again this year.
yuck.
I will organize a small walk with Living Grin Foundation to participate. Maybe the 9/11 memorial again.
That was a good spot
That
last
would be
year.
beautiful. I
Am I
love.
breathing too loud?
No, the mic's is too nice, and this one sounds like crap now.
I can make my voice sound like a...
Thank you, son. He's always taking care of his mommy.
It's driving me nuts.
Goodness gracious.
But that was an amazing walk. It's a beautiful area. It's very moving, and to have the walk there through Livingren, that's awesome. I
Yeah,
hope,
we had a good time last year.
yeah, I hope we
It's
have
a little bigger
a
crowd this year. It was a good time, John.
yeah, I hope we can get a big group. And the Ride for Recovery will be reorganized with a smaller gathering at Tyler State Park. Very nice. I like that idea. Steaks, John? Just checking. Hi, Little Rich. I'm sure he appreciates that. But yeah,
Maybe
there's,
Big Rich.
and I just wanted to put it out there. Livingren does not pay for this feed. I do not care about boasting.
They're our friends, and we like to share.
They're my family. They are my family. They have gotten me where I am today. Without Livingren, I would have been dangling from a tree limb somewhere. That's how just down I was about this. And they have given me so much strength to do what I'm doing today, helping anybody that I can. John's a little weird and odd, but we love him anyway. He's
a vital part of Livingren.
yes,
Sure, the alumni association and such, and
Yes.
a lot of all the events pretty much.
yes, John
And
is
he's a
awesome.
good guy. He does a lot of work.
Well, I don't know about a good guy, but he's all right.
Bought me ice cream last walk.
Yeah, he did buy
I
us
gotta
ice
talk nice
cream.
about him if I want a Sunday this year.
He knows how to get people to events. Just
He
feed
is.
them.
He's a good organizer.
CIA, Catholic Irish Alcoholic. That's my Eric. I know Eric's had some rough times, and I'm glad that I can be there when I check my phone in the morning. And I'm always there for you, Eric. Pappy's always there for you. You just reach out. That's what we're here for.
And to get back to what you're talking about, I think what Laura was saying earlier before we got off on a tangent was, it's good to build a network of people around you, especially when you're new into it's your recovery or someone else's recovery or your loved one. You build a network of people around you that you can reach out to, because it makes it much easier when you don't know which way to turn, which happens a lot. If something really traumatic should take place, and all, it's like, who do you call? Nobody's going to understand what you're going through. Nobody's going to understand what your loved one or you're going through. So you reach out to people in your network, and you can't find better help. You can't call your sister and tell you the problem here because she don't understand what you've learned. I mean, when you educate yourself and stuff. So that's why all these organizations are definitely a blessing. We're well with God, so many of them. I mean, I probably have more friends in the recovery field now than I have friends. Like otherwise, I mean,
Yes.
close friends. I stay in touch with so many people, and that has been a blessing for us in a sense. I mean, sounds weird to say, but I mean, I've met so many nice people, and I just get a lot out of trying to help people because I know how frustrated we were. I mean, we didn't know where to turn. I know we said it before. I don't like to be a broken record, but we didn't know which way to turn. And fortunately, first thing we turned to was Livingren because, oddly enough, like most of my friends have all been there over the years at one time or another. I mean, it was the thing to do to get your head back on straight. I mean, that's all we knew, so we went to them first. And
they were amazing. They, our loved one didn't get it the first time.
like everybody's got their favorite bakery. I mean, this is our favorite. Yeah, we said, recommend our friends to and such. Because they're very good to us, and
Yes.
they continue to be good to us.
Yes. And,
Like, favorite
it's
bakery. Did you believe I made that analogy? Apparently.
food. Hence why I look like the biggest checkerboard in the world. But yeah, support is where it's at. And the funny thing is,
Fourth hat. Oh, I thought it said fog hat. Sorry, Art.
and for that, I love you. He calls me Ma. Thanks, Eric. He is also from our After Dark family. Liz is with us tonight, or at least she was with us tonight. She is also with our After Dark. They are our honey badgers. And that comes from our After Dark family. And I will tell you, when I followed After Dark, they are my family. I don't care what anybody says. I've met a couple of them in person. But they were so supportive. I had learned so much from that show, watching every aspect of recovery. That is amazing. So, let's see.
John's got a topic here. I think I know where it's going.
Okay, let's see what John has to say. Mr. Crombar. On a topic note, I did go to the ER today. I am open about being in recovery. I have been to the hospital before, said I am recovering, and they still offered painkillers. Today, they did not offer. I am still in pain, but a script is not an option. I like that they did not offer after letting them know. I wonder if that having CRSs in ERs now
That's comforting
has
comforting to know, John.
woken up that boundary line.
Because that has been a problem in the past, and that's definitely a good sign, John. That they're finally getting it. I
Yeah.
mean, because that happens to a lot of people we know that are in recovery. They push the painkillers, you know, it might be a car accident, or you fall off your bike, you know, right away, boom, boom, they want to get you on the Percocet or something and you tell them from the get go, like, you know, I'm in recovery, I'm just letting you know, but yet they just had this this urge just to push these painkillers because that's what they always done. They're like robots, I think sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember like my son had to get the tooth done. He told him from the get go he was actually still in rehab. And
Yeah, he was
got
in
some,
living room.
got some dental work done and right up front. Yeah, you told him and I said, no, they want to give you a Vicodin or something. Like, what don't you get, man? Like,
Right.
I swear, so many doctors just don't understand it.
Right.
Now that their feet have been put to the fire the last couple of years, they're finally starting to get it. I mean, it's just amazing how blind to it all they were.
And
Good news, John.
and my girlfriend-in-law, my daughter-in-law, when she was in the hospital 3 years ago, with my with the birth of my granddaughter, my first grandchild, they could not offer her a Vicodin enough.
No doubt, John.
They could not offer it enough, even though there was a big red flag on her folder, and every nurse knew. They were still pushing that. So the ER is separate from the maternity ward. So we still need work in those areas. But the ER is the first place that you're going to go when you go into the hospital. And I know here in Bucks County, they're really pushing the CRSs in our area. So that's awesome. I love it. I did do training for that. I am certified in it. An amazing program. And I think it needs to be in every aspect. I think we need it in schools, especially the high schools, because I'll tell you, it's crazy out there.
Hello, Mary Ellen.
Hi, Mary Ellen. Thank you for joining us. Again, anybody wants to share out, please do. We never know who might be needing to hear this tonight. Yes, those opiates are evil. They are the devil.
Yeah, true story. I had a close friend of mine, and any of my friends that are watching don't know what I'm talking about. he was in recovery for, oh my God, probably 30 years, 25, 30 years from heroin. And he was a machinist, and he got his hand caught in a machine, and a traumatic injury to his hand. It was crushed in a machine, and he had to get rushed to the hospital, the ER, and they gave him opium and stuff. I mean, the pain was so excruciating, and he got out and whatever, and it was like a month later, they found him dead in his kitchen at home. He'd overdosed. He went back to doing heroin. I mean, and
That was after
and
years of
and it's a
recovery.
shame too, because he had to have pain killing because his hand was literally crushed in a piece of heavy machinery, later. But I mean, wow, it just triggered his addiction right back all over again, and then he didn't reach out to no one. Nobody knew. It was a big shock to all of us. We knew, he was injured, but yeah, it's the brain just doesn't forget.
Right.
It's why it's so dangerous. I mean, I know even with a lot of the younger guys, they say, well, yeah, I still drink, but I don't. Say, man, it just doesn't work like that, man.
No.
You got to give it all up. You got to stick to it, man, because the brain's going to want what it wants. I mean, it doesn't forget that feeling, that stimuli. I mean, it's forever ingrained in the brain. It's a very slippery slope, but
Yeah.
he was a very good friend of ours. I mean, he's come over a lot. It's a shame.
That's pretty awesome, Deborah, that they're doing that, because you never know.
That's great, but you can't administer Narcan to yourself. So
Right.
You got to hope you got a support system at home
Right, and
to
you-
administer the Narcan. But
you
that's great
do.
that they're doing that. I mean, at least it's in the house.
Yes, at least you have access to it or somebody. And I'm sure if they're giving you a opiate in the hospital or, well, not many doctors' offices.
And just
do
for the record out
opiates.
there, you really don't even need a script for Narcan. There's an open script for Narcan in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, just about everywhere anymore. You go into any pharmacy and request it.
Hello, Betty Ann. Welcome to the show.
Or you can ask me. I'll give you some.
Yes.
Or more.
Yes, I have access to it, and I have been to several trainings. I could probably do a training on Narcan. Also, if you do have a loved one that
And I've
is
been involved in
using-
many reversals, and it's an
Right.
amazing drug. Been around since 1961. Naloxone.
if
Yeah.
you do have a loved one suffering from opiates, opiate use, please, if you have it and you don't know how to administer it, contact the Bucks County Drug and Alcohol Commission. They can help you with that. Also, you can YouTube. There's several feeds on there that will actually even give you a certificate showing that you did the course, and they don't give you the Narcan, but you can reach out to your drug commission in your area, and some of the organizations in your area carry it as well, so you might want to reach out. Another thing for parents out there, if you are on Facebook, well, if you're listening to me, you are on Facebook. Go up to your search bar and just key in anything to do.
Even most pharmacists and all now can give you a quick
Yeah.
course. It's not hard. They just tell you some different tips on how to place the person on their side and all. Just the administering part's pretty easy, but they
Right.
tell you some things to look for and what to expect and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very helpful to know what to expect because
Right.
it can be very traumatizing. I mean, things are moving fast and you're nervous, you're upset, you don't want to panic.
Yeah, and always 911 first.
Yes.
Always, before administering, always 911, because you don't know what they've taken. You don't know you know, if it's fentanyl, it's
Right.
it's not, you're
And,
not
and
going to
Narcan
get
is
one
the dual
dose.
cure-all. It just gives you a window of opportunity. And it pushes the opiates off the receptors in the brain, allows the person to start breathing normally again. But it's only for short term, depending on what they did, how much they did. You know, it could be a half hour, an hour, maybe 20 minutes. You don't know how much they did. And what it does is they don't immediately come to. It's pretty amazing.
Right.
But then they don't want no help. And then they're going to refuse to get in the ambulance and all, and then as soon as that wears off, that's a slippery slope, but it definitely works. Like Lori said, anybody that has someone in active addiction within your household, it's a very good idea to keep Narcan on hand within the house. Definitely.
And if you can get a few, you know, doses, that's always good to
Yeah,
have
usually it comes.
because,
You'll get 2 doses in the box. Normally, I mean,
well, it's one
and-
dose except 2 nostrils. So you use one nostril, then you use the other nostril. So that's really important to know that that's enough for one full dose. However, with fentanyl being in play today, you can need several. And if you have it laying around and it's expired, use it. If you need to, use it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not any good. It just means that the shelf life has expired. Another good tip is to not carry it in your car because of the cold and the heat will fluctuate, and you don't want it a certain degree. You want to keep it so that it's safe and still able to use it. Although I have heard people that do keep it in their car, they have used it, it has worked. So you just want to be cautious with it when you have it in your car. But yes, free education course and Narcan, just show up. It's a lot of different organizations. Like I was going to say, just pop it in the Facebook, in the search engine. You know, addiction, substance use disorder, organizations for addiction. The feed will open up in your area, and you'll get a lot of help out there. Hey, Dorothy, I'm glad you showed up.
see, now I don't have to. Oh yeah, she's all the way up there. I see it.
Yeah, she's up there. So, if there's anything that you guys want to discuss, please put it in the comments. We will talk about it. That's what we're here for. We're here to help support you in any way we can. And just because the show ends at 10:30 doesn't mean you can't reach out after the show. I'm always available. Please contact me. I'm not going to chase you down and beg you to tell me your life or what you. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk to you. So please reach out. Even after the show, I'm here.
I do my show afterwards, my cooking show right after this. It's
Yeah.
Cooking with Pappy, grease, fat, oil, and salt.
Yeah.
4 basic food groups, something like that.
Bob's dying to watch. I proposed Narcan suppositories, but they said there was too much shit involved.
Who's this,
Oh, I
Bob?
love you, Eric. You're great.
Oh, I don't even see that part.
I proposed. Go, it's up. Go, no, the other way. Go the other way.
What's that?
Yeah, it's up here. You kill me, Eric. You're killing me.
He's a pimp. He's
killing
a
me.
pimp, as my grandmother would say. Eric, you're a pimp. Gladys Knight's looking for you.
But that's what I love about this, because it's not all about gloom, doom, or whatever. We have fun. I just want it to be relaxed. I want it to be fun. I want to be supportive. I don't want it to
Maybe I'll
be
start wearing
all-
a funny hat or something.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait till the summer. He's going to come in with his thong. He'll be looking good.
See, you went over the top.
No,
You went over the top. You
Nah.
went right off the rails.
nah.
Nobody wants that visual. You were
But,
going for the cheap laugh. She went for the cheap laugh.
And I'm hoping to have Mr. Crumbar join us one day. And
He's a good speaker.
yes,
He's cheap. We don't have to pay him much. Probably make him a nice
I don't know about
chicken
that.
parm dinner or something. Or
Yeah.
he'd probably do it for free.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He has commented on some of the meals that I've made, so he'll probably choose a meal.
Well, he's very health conscious.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, on the 5th we have Dana Cohen coming. We have another speaker, Christine, who wants to start joining me when she can. We're going to hopefully get Stephanie and Irvin back to discuss their after recovery. And
We will, bud. John said just let him know when.
you let me know. The
Yeah.
5th is booked. The 19th is tentative. We have,
We're going to be with him. We'll talk to him.
yeah, we will be
Not tomorrow.
having Mickey from Emily House tentatively on the 19th of March. We'll be discussing recovery houses. So I'm looking forward to that because there's a lot of people with a lot of questions concerning recovery houses, sober living, halfway houses. So hopefully we can, answer a lot of questions.
And Bruce Springsteen reached out to me, but he's got to find a ride now, so he's probably not going to be able to make it.
I don't know what happened there. I know
Yeah, I
something
don't know.
happened,
He's gotta catch
but
a ride.
I didn't see what went on with that. So
Joy riding with Barack Obama or something.
yeah, there
Got
we
pulled
go.
over.
There we
That might
go.
be two stories I'm mixing together.
It could be.
Two Bruce stories, though. They did. Him and Obama a couple of years ago took off on a joyride, got away from the Secret Service guy, and they're out cruising around. But oh my goodness.
So Eric, are you an athletic supporter? I don't know, hon. Are you?
I am. I don't participate in sports or athletics, but I am an athletic supporter.
Yes. Okay, guys, the floor's open. It's all yours. I've done
Yeah.
enough talking.
Sure. Anybody got a question? A serious question or
A joke?
something that's no
Something
jokes,
fun.
no jokes. Oh my goodness. That'd be out of
I know
control.
Eric's here.
But you got something that's perplexing you at home, either with yourself or a loved one. Let us guide you in a direction there. Something that's confusing you with your person's behavior or your behavior. Feel free to ask. That's what we're here for. We're laid back. We're relaxed. We're chill.
We're very chill.
I just jumped out of my truck and jumped into my chair here.
We're here, and again, we're listening.
Hello, Seattle. We're here. She got that big fancy microphone. Look at that thing. It's huge.
Yes. I love it. It's great. My boy's taking
John
care
got
of
a
it. question.
Can Pappy balance a plate on his flat top? No, Pappy's flat top is way out of control. My barber retired. So I'm like,
He's
I'm 2 weeks
crushed.
overdue.
He's crushed.
I got to change my hairstyle now. I don't know what the hell to do. Nobody gets a good flat top no more. And my barber texted me the other day, hey, I sold my barber shop. I'm moving out to Colorado or something. Go find a new haircut. He's a friend of mine, but no, I can't balance a plate on my flat top. Don't mess it up.
I told him I would
gel
try
into that.
it.
It's all natural.
I did tell him I would try it, but he's a little nervous.
No way. Ooh. Well, that action there got the camera all upset. Laura used to cut my hair. Go out in the yard, put a cape on her, until she took a piece of my ear off, and that was the end of it. How do you get somebody's ear caught in a clipper? I mean, I don't know. It's like 1 of 1,000, but yeah, she
Have you seen his lobes?
she got me, man. Good. I screamed out like a woman in the yard. All the neighbors, what's going on?
And mind you, the cape happened to be a banner from
The Sunoco
Sunoco.
flag. A flag from a Sunoco station at the wraparound. Out back. We look like real Real white trash. And we haven't changed a bit.
And he jumped out of the seat, running down the driveway, screaming.
And bleeding.
It was a nick, barely any blood,
Nick,
barely.
Nick my ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna order him a flow. Oh gosh,
Yeah, the old
hon.
Flow Bee.
You gotta watch John what you're saying, cause
I look for them Flow Bees when I go to thrift stores. There's got to be one coming in sometime. I've
Yeah.
been looking. The old Flow Bee method.
yes. So, no questions.
See, that's how good we are. We've answered everybody's questions in just, what, how many episodes
Yes.
have we had here? I don't know, 10?
Okay, so here we go.
Oh, she's going to start reading now. I know that. Somebody's got to come up with a question.
Here's another good book for people that are struggling out there. It is the 24 Hours a Day. Eric loves the readings. We're gonna holy
Oh,
field
field ear. God
ear.
damn. She was like Mike Tyson with a clipper, man.
Okay, February 26th. Let me see.
That wasn't no cauliflower ear either.
Really struggling with these little text things. February 26th from the 24 Hours a Day. When we came into AA, we came to believe in a power greater than ourselves. We came to believe in the divine principle in the universe which we call God, and to whom we can turn for help. Each morning we have a quiet time. We ask God for the power to stay sober for the next 24 hours. And each night we thank Him for helping us to keep sober that day. Do I believe that each man or woman I see in AA is a demonstration of the power of God to change a human being from a drunkard to sober person? Meditation for the day. I should pray for faith as a thirsty person prays for water in a desert. Do I know what it means to feel sure that God will never fail me? Am I sure of this as I am sure that I still breathe? I should pray daily and most diligently that my faith may increase. There is nothing lacking in my life because really all I need is mine. Only I lay back the faith to know it. I am like a rich person's child who sits in rags when all around me are stores of all I could desire. Prayer for the day. I pray for the realization that God has everything I need. I pray that I may know His power is always available.
Hey, new glasses? I didn't even recognize you.
These are cheaters. Dollar store cheaters.
Cheaters never win. Cheaters never win.
No.
She
There's
must have
my hair
10 pairs
again.
of glasses and 100 pairs of sneakers.
110 pairs of sneakers. Let's see, what else do I have? What other bags of trips do I have?
Oh, somebody got a question? She's just going to keep pulling these books out of her book bag here.
Hey, I have the 12-step prayer book.
Look at that. Cool.
Let's see.
That's good.
What is that?
Nothing. My son was showing me some serious
Serious. Yeah, there's
serious
no.
commentary over the sideline. News update.
Yeah. And here is something that I think everybody needs, because I know that it does help me, and it did help me in the beginning especially, although I didn't believe it in the beginning because I just thought all of these slogans and all this crap was just crap. And then to find out that it's not.
Good night,
all
John.
that. Good night, John. Hope you're feeling better. Hope I see you tomorrow. If not, I totally understand. I won't be happy, but I'll totally
I
understand.
understand you got to have your warm glass of milk there.
Yes.
I hope that you're off to a swift recovery and you heal. Heal at God's speed, my friend.
Yes, feel better. And I look forward to meeting tomorrow. Okay, here it is, the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. That would be my person. The courage to change the things I can. That would be me. And the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking, as he did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. So,
Robert asked a question. Robert Matthew says, could you speak about Beyond Addiction?
Beyond Addiction, what is that? Never heard of it. Hey, Bob. Okay. Beyond Addiction is an amazing book. And we do discuss this often, but Bob doesn't pop in often. So, this is amazing to help us talk to our loved ones.
It's a book, Eric.
It's a book, Eric. Beyond Addiction. Hey, Bob. Beyond Addiction is a book that helps us talk to our loved ones. It helps us meet our loved ones where they are in their use and in their recovery. It just helps us turn the combative conversations around to more of a it's not coming out.
That's your book. Let's have a more
It
constructive conversation instead of
constructive,
it being so
yeah.
confrontational.
right,
It gives you a better approach how to approach your.
right. It teaches us how to keep our conversations going, keeping open-ended questions so that you're not getting the yes, no, and cut it off. Beyond Addiction not only gives you the tools to set your boundaries, it gives you the tools to set your consequences as well. And it also, it just helps overall in using it throughout the world.
You have a much more constructive conversation.
Yeah.
Instead of a yelling and shouting match and challenging each other,
And-
it's definitely it's a good
Right.
good skill to learn.
And it will teach you when the conversation is getting heated. It will teach you how to stop the conversation and take your corners, whether you go out to the store, whether you go to each other's bedroom, whether you go for a walk, just to get away from each other and think about the conversation so you can come back and rejoin that conversation without being heated. You're not going to read the book and be able to do it. You're going to read the book and you're going to practice these exercises with anybody that you run into all day. You just take those exercises and just do it. And just keep trying to constantly add these exercises throughout your day so that the more practice you get with somebody that's not in the throes of addiction will help you form a better way to keep that going.
Deborah has a book there. Can you see it up there?
Since you were on books about Don't Forget Me by Steve M. Grant. Don't Forget Me. I will check that out as well.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
I do like to get suggestions on books. I like to get suggestions on movies. Anything that can help me understand what our loved ones are going through and what other parents go through. I am grateful and blessed that I don't have to deal with the stories that a lot of parents had to deal with. We didn't have to deal with, going down the streets looking for our child, our spouse, we didn't have to deal with that. We didn't have to deal with the theft. We didn't have to deal with really the lies. We didn't have that. We don't have that story to share, but I have worked with and supported a great deal of people that have. So I'm not coming into this without knowledge and without understanding. I have pretty much engulfed myself in the last 6 years to get me through where I am today. So,
I mean, that's a great point you make. I mean, she says engulfed herself, but she's educated herself on addiction as much as she can. So have I. And it's definitely helped us tremendously. Her books speak volumes. No, it definitely helped us tremendously because it helps you wrap your head around addiction and to understand it because it's something you just don't understand at first. It's perplexing. It just doesn't make sense.
right.
And with the education, it just helps you accept your addiction or your loved one's addiction, especially because you can understand where they're coming from now, and it seems to make more sense to you. And in that, you find some comfort because you gain some sanity.
And yeah, any book that you feel that could help me, I would like to read it and try and understand it and share it because I think that it's just important to read up as much as we can, to watch the movies. There is one, oh my gosh, The Anonymous People, great show. Beautiful Boy, amazing show. Ben is Back, another good show. Just make sure you bring lots of Kleenex. And if anybody has any, books or movies or documentaries that we can share, please let us know. We'll put it up on the page. And, just try and help everybody else out there that needs the help. Again, if you guys please share this out, you never know who it's going to help. Again, put any comments, any questions or concerns you have in the comments. We are watching the comments. I normally am watching them, but I
Yeah,
backed
we're trying to
out.
get more viewers on live, but I'll tell you, most of our views happen during her views happen during the course of the week after Friday night. A lot of people tune in and check out the video, which it's available. You can rewatch this podcast or whatever we call it. And we get most of our views during the week afterwards. People sit down and watch it at their leisure because it's kind of a rough time. 9 to 10:30 at night on a Friday. Everybody's
On a
out there
Friday, yeah.
running around trying to get dinner on the table for the late people coming home, this and that. You're sitting around the afternoon, nothing to do. Let me watch that, see what those two are up to.
Yeah.
See what interesting guests she had on.
Yeah.
I just fill in when nobody comes in. I'm
Yeah, Dope Sick Nation, that was
like
good
Ed
as
McMahon.
well.
I'm her Ed McMahon. I'm kind of hanging the sidelines, crack jokes, look important.
But it's and coming up March 6th is overdose awareness. And I am
Dope Sick Nation.
yeah,
We know them people personally.
yes. We have overdose awareness coming up on March 6th. I believe it or not, have another page called Overdose Awareness. And I started that well long before this, before I even knew what anything was. I was hoping to get the support that I needed, and by getting suggestions, and it turned into just sharing inspirational memes, and people are putting up photos of their loved ones with a little bit of a, saying about them, just a little memory. And what I had been doing, what I am doing, is taking their photos and adding their memory to the photo. I'm going to be making my board up, and I always
Yes, Cooking with Pappy is after this. Tonight I'm focusing on the 4 basic food groups with grease, fat, oil, and salt.
yes, and every year I do put a memorial board out there with black balloons and a memorial candle. I always do that every March 6th to represent those that have passed away due to an overdose. And oh my gosh, Dana Cohen will be here on the 5th. So I will have the board done by then, and I will have it in the back for the show, just to remind everybody that the 6th is overdose awareness.
Let's write it on the
And-
baby's easel.
Yeah. But
Had to get her permission.
and John Crombar did mention ProAct has a recovery walk every year in September. It is the largest walk in the United States, actually in the world. Last year, of course, it was we were unable to do it because of the amount of people that come out and COVID. This year, as well, it's going to be a virtual walk. We here, the Livingren family, will be apparently doing another virtual walk up at the 9/11 Memorial, and please join us. What they do is they take photos or videos of the group that's walking, and we post it onto their feed so that they can see how many people got out there and supported somebody, whether it's somebody that you lost, whether it's somebody that you're supporting in recovery, whether it's somebody you're supporting that is still actively using, whether it's somebody that's in treatment, whether it's a rehab that you're supporting, whether it's an organization you're supporting, whether it is a recovery community. So many come out. It's an amazing day. They have speakers all day. They have food all day. And it's right in Penn's Landing, where you're like right walking along the river. It's just a really gorgeous day. It's beautiful to see how many people come out that are in recovery and that are doing well and that are in long-term recovery. Amazing day. I'm praying for a miracle to happen, that they'll have it, but it takes a lot of
There's no way they could have a walk that big. And in Philadelphia, it's got the strictest COVID laws in the
Right.
friggin' world.
so
But I don't see it happening this year. Maybe.
not this year either, but the year. I'm praying that the following, because it's the most beautiful day to see so many people supporting, so many people living in recovery. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you do not live in the area, Philadelphia is a great place to come and just see where our country was created. The start of it all, so many places to visit. I definitely would suggest putting that on your bucket list to come out during that, so you can also go and visit some of the different parks and different historic
That's all fine and
places.
dandy. We get some of the best food in Philadelphia than anywhere in the world, by far.
Yes.
You got to come out for the cheesesteaks, the soft pretzels.
Yes, you got to go to Apollo Pizza for the best cheesesteak. Just saying.
It's a food city.
Yeah, it is. It's a fat
We
city.
live real close to it. We're right on the outskirts of Philadelphia.
Yeah,
We're
it's
like
the
sub-
fat city.
the suburb just outside.
And again, just a reminder: if you are in the Lower Bucks, Upper Bucks, anywhere near Bucks area, tomorrow is a in-person parent family group through Living Grin, the Oxford Valley location.
You'll see it in the comments here earlier if you pan back to the address
Yeah,
and such.
I already lost that one.
Right there.
But it is in the comments. It's 195 Oxford Valley, Bristol Road, I believe. It's the Living Grin satellite building. It's across from the big Wawa.
I've yet to see the satellite. I've been there some of them.
Yeah. Can you roll back up there, Rich? The other way? Keep coming down, 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 down,
People
down.
can roll back
There's
and
no,
find out.
keep coming down. I'm not looking for the address. I'm looking for something that I think I missed. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. That one right there.
This?
Yeah. Eddie Coonan has put up The Way Back with Ben Affleck. I will definitely check out that as well. It's a trailer, so I'm not sure if the movie is not out yet, but I definitely want to check that out. Thank you, Eddie, for putting that up there. I missed that in the comments. I'm sorry. But yeah, they do have a meeting live tomorrow from 11 to 12:30 at the, again, Living Grin satellite building in Oxford Valley, right past the Oxford Valley Mall on Oxford Valley Bristol Road. And just bring your mask, because it will be safe distancing or whatever they're calling it. I'm so sick
Social
of it.
distancing.
Social distancing,
My
whatever. I'm just so
And
sick
Bob
of
will
it.
be out with the tape measure, making sure we're all 6
Yeah.
to 8 feet apart.
Bob, after I get done here, please text me if you need help. You know me.
Yeah, give us a holler. Since we understand John was involved in a mishap.
Yeah, apparently he fell on
And-
a fence or fell
I
off
don't
a
know, I'm
fence.
just dying to
or
find out what happened.
He's on a fence. I don't
I'm
know
very
what he
nosy.
is. But please let me know. Just text me and let me know what I can do to help get it started. Not too early though. But let me know. I'm there. You know I am. Anybody have anything to share? Anybody have a question, comment, nothing? I mean, we have just a few minutes
Aye, aye,
left.
Captain.
We have 10 minutes to go. So if you have something that you need something with, please let us know. We're here. We are listening.
Hello, Seattle.
As the great, what's his name? Sorry.
To who?
The great, what's his name? Fraser Crane says,
Oh, I don't know where
we
you're going with
are listening.
that.
used to-
We have an open forum here. If anybody wants to talk about anything in specific, it doesn't even have to be recovery related at this
Right.
point. I can't stand dead air.
Used to be you walk into the liquor store with a mask on, they would immediately call the cops.
ain't that the
Now
truth?
you
I was
walk
thinking
in
the same
without
thing.
one, and
Walk
they
at
do
a
what's
convenience
up.
store at a bank. Now it's like
Ain't that the truth? You can't. You
the
go
new
in,
normal.
The funniest thing is you go into a bank with your face covered. It's insane.
Crazy. I'm surprised we don't have 10 times as many bank robberies.
Right.
I'm kind of shocked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah. It's so funny. It's
But
just,
we've gotten better at identifying people with masks on. I go into some of my customers, I'm a truck driver, and they recognize me with this mask on my face. Like, I don't know how they recognize me.
yes. As a matter of fact, I was in the store yesterday, and somebody that my son's friends with, his father was there, and we were talking for a long time. He's like, "How did you even recognize me with the mask?" And I said, I just did.
We've gotten good at it.
It's, you know,
They'll probably take a bite out of crime and say he was 5'10", and I could give you a complete description of
Yes.
him. So the artist will have to draw with the mask on and everything. But
Yeah.
we've gotten a lot better.
he
with
was
that.
wearing a Scooby Doo mask,
Yes, it was
a
your
Batman mask.
run of the mill bandana.
Yes.
The new normal. I don't think things will ever go back the way they were.
Hey Bob, will we be having any Live and Grin face masks available for purchase?
Ooh, swag.
Swag.
Get some swag.
Swag.
I love them highlighters. I use them every day in my truck.
I do love the highlighters. I
And
just
the popcorn was very good. It was a very big hit for a while. They got the best swag.
Yes, they do have good swag. I do need a couple chip clips if you can bring
Chip clips. Oh my god.
But yeah, I hope.
We got Living Hopeful pens.
Uh-huh.
I think she can only buy them about a gross. They're everywhere.
Yes.
She's got like 10,000 of these things.
Yes.
They probably write a line about this long before they run out of ink.
Yeah. I'll bring a couple of my pens
But they look
tomorrow.
fancy.
Bob, come
Swag.
on. You can do better than that.
Swag.
Come on. I have faith in you.
Next time.
You can do better than that. If it was
Oh,
John,
them mints, them Living Grin.
those mints
mints
that are
were
all over the bottom
awesome.
of my purse.
They're awesome, but the cases come ajar a little the way they.
Yeah, can we get tighter?
Can we get tighter
containers?
tins on them mints, please? No. I mean, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. They're great mints. Though. They're
Yes,
really good.
and Dorothy says enjoyed seeing Pappy dancing with his beautiful granddaughter.
This whole house is nothing but a dancing room. My granddaughter organized dance music. Mm-hmm. So right next to my chair, I got a really high fidelity type speaker there and a microphone for her. And every night we're gonna put the dance music on, but she only likes like 3 songs.
Yes, we
So
have
we gotta
dance
listen to the
party,
same 3 songs.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
but I'm teaching her how to like disco, so that's cool. She likes her disco. So
The neighbors must think we're nuts looking through the window. It's all
Okay.
dancing and she has costumes too.
Yes.
She's got all these fairy princess dresses and all. It's like
yes,
my son's always dancing with her in the living room. It's like the people walking by must wonder what's something
Yeah.
wrong with us.
we're nuts. We are. We're
Something
crazy.
not right with them people.
Yes, we're crazy. I noted your suggestion about the company mints. Awesome. Thank you. Get on top of that.
Listen, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but them lids just come in jar. You got a whole pocket full of mints or a pocketbook full of mints, and like I can eat mints with lint all over them and
Lint,
stuff. It's like, and I eat them
Hair.
anyway. Nothing worse than lint on your mint.
No, I'll tell you. And yes, she does, Dorothy. She loves her brother. She loves her baby brother.
She does.
Yes.
We're a little worried about that, jealousy and all. She's handled it pretty well.
Yes, she's a caregiver. She just wants to take
She
care
even
of
gets
them.
up during the night. My son tells us a story. Like, he keeps her up all night. She's like, oh my God, it's crying again, Daddy. So she'll climb out of bed. And she'll touch him on the head. It's okay. It's okay. Go back to bed. It's pretty cute.
She cracks me up. Okay, guys, we're coming to the end. I hope everybody has a great week. Again, please reach out. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not going to bother you if you don't want to, be bothered. So come and track me down. I'm not going to, bother you. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. So I'm here. If you need me, please reach out. I am here to listen. I am here to give you my suggestions and share my hope.
Belly button lint on a mint. There we go.
Pay extra for belly button lint on a.
Everything's
the
good on a
mint.
Ritz.
Yes. John, you're still here listening. You were supposed to go to bed. Get me a living room mask. Let's go.
See, we're
dude.
infectious, man. We're infectious. It's like a train wreck. You just gotta look. It's go by. I gotta get a look.
So please tomorrow, please tonight, Bob, anything I can help you with, just send me a text. I hope those that are in the area can pop in tomorrow at 11 for the in-person meeting. I cannot find words tonight. They have gone. Everybody have a good night.
Really, man. And remember, recovery works.
If you work it.
Love you guys.
Yes. Peace out. Have a great
Peace
week,
out.
guys.
Music Maestro.